How's it going, guys? This is Mark with Tech. In this video, I want to show you 3 tips and tricks that can improve your pictures if you're just starting out with photography or you don't know a ton about it. 3 ways that can make your pictures a lot better that I really notice help with my pictures. Let's get started. So 2 of these are shooting techniques and one of them is something else. So let's talk about shooting techniques first. One thing that a lot of people don't really think of when you have this style of camera is that there's different ways you can hold it. People just hold it up, take your picture, and there you go. You got your widescreen 4x3 picture, and that's cool. But let's say I'm taking a picture of a light pole and I hold it up this way. You're going to get a ton of extra stuff in the picture that you may not actually want. Background is what makes a picture good or bad. An additional background that is unnecessary is not good at all. So one thing you need to do when taking a picture is consider if it would be better off holding the camera this way. Vertical pictures are actually really cool. Even if you're taking a picture of something that's not a light pole, not something that's straight up and down, possibly getting a vertical picture over a horizontal one could be the difference between it being good and not. Sure, you can take a picture down a street like this and you do see everything, but turning your camera this way could give you a very different look on the picture. You could see things you don't normally see. It could give it a different style. So always consider taking a picture vertically instead of just horizontally. Consider if it'd be beneficial to do it that way and just give it a try. You should always get in the habit of taking vertical pictures because you never know what you'll find. Going along with the vertical pictures is also the idea of getting low. It is very easy for someone to just hold the camera up and take a picture, and pointing up or pointing down does help tell a story as well, but also getting low can give you a whole new look on something that may not be as exciting. By getting low, you can definitely point up and make something seem stronger and superior to whatever the point of view is supposed to be, but it can also just give you something different to work with. So in my example, I took a picture at a low angle on a street, and this allowed you to see the streetcar much better and give you the whole idea of how big it actually is. I wasn't necessarily pointing up, I was more horizontal with it, but it did give a very cool look to the picture that you may not have gotten if you just held it up like this. When you hold it up higher, you're going to get much more of the sky, which is unnecessary background in many cases. So keeping your camera low will give you much more of the content that you're actually wanting. And my final tip for you beginners out there is that you should not be afraid of using manual settings. You can get some great things out of your picture that sometimes the auto may not think is good. Sunsets and the golden hour are the perfect opportunity to test out some manual settings. One thing I love to do is vastly underexpose the foreground and objects in the foreground to highlight the background. So as you can see right here, we got some different pieces of wood in the water, which are underexposed, but just barely so that you can still see some detail. But we do have a lot of detail in the background. Foreground objects that are underexposed may be not necessary to the picture, but they do add some depth to it and add a little more interesting flair to it that you may not have gotten otherwise. And you can also do some other very interesting things with it. You can shoot through objects. If I was going on auto right here, it probably would have exposed for the cement and not for the background. But now, as you can see, we got light pouring through this crack, and you can also see the background, which looks really nice. Especially with mirrorless cameras, you should not be afraid to use manual exposure. You can visibly see the light cut and added and the effects right away as you adjust the aperture, ISO, and shutter speed. With mirrored cameras and traditional DSLRs, if you do a screen preview, you can see that, but it is much easier on mirrorless cameras. So if you have one of these, definitely try it out. You don't even have to take the picture. You can just see what you're going to get beforehand, and it's pretty nice. So there you go, 3 tips for beginner photographers that will improve your pictures and hopefully take you to the next level. If you have any questions or suggestions for a future video, let me know. If this helped you out and you liked it, leave this video a like and hit the subscribe button for more videos like this. This is Mark with AtTech, and I'll see you in the next one.